YouTube? Happy Wednesday. Hope everybody having a good week thus far. Hump day to most. But anyway, we are in the second fish room. This is our fish room tour, the official fish room tour. And I wanted to do it right. I know you've been seeing a bunch of different clips. If you haven't, you might see them later. But I've been putting out a bunch of different clips, showing the pond, showing the tanks. I haven't shown you the room in its entirety. It is time for that. We're going to start off with these two aquariums. We're going to move over to the pond right there, and we are going to look at what's behind you. And y'all, I know you want to see what's behind you, so let's take a look. So before we get started, why don't you stop right now, hit the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you know whenever I upload. Because y'all don't want to miss what we're going to be adding into these aquariums. Now, this is a 225-gallon aquarium. I got it like this so we can see it from the kitchen while we are washing our dishes. We can see the fish. It's pretty sick, right? So 225 gallons. I put in here 3 different kinds of rock. I have some river pebbles right here. I have some pond pebbles, and I have some mountain granite. It all look the same, but it's 3 different sizes of stone. We have the little smaller stone right there. We have the other larger pieces of rock, which are right there. And then we have the very large pieces of rock like that. So I think it makes it look really natural. That was the goal here. I have it basically being ran currently right now on just 2 sponge filters. I don't know what we're going to put in here, but you know, once we decide that, then I'll upgrade to filtration, but just want to get it up and going. 2 sponge filters. These filters are rated for 125 gallons, and I have 2 of them being weighed down by those rocks right there because they keep wanting to float. Nonetheless, this tank is beautiful. Rimless, no trim. And yeah. Take a look at this 180 down here. Another beautiful, beautiful aquarium. Same deal with the rock. All that is uniform in this room. Each tank has the same substrate, which are the rock, 3 different diameters and rock size. And these have actually the very, very large stones in here. The real pond stones that I bought. But yeah, so it just gives it a really good look. And what we're going to probably do with this, you have to wait and see. You have to wait and see. My DIY braces. So these tanks right here were bought used, right? I got a really good deal on them from my boys over there at Aquarium and Reptile Depot, Jason and Jeff. You know, make sure you go check them out if y'all local. They over there at Citrus Heights, Sacramento, California. But anyway, they looked out, gave me a really good deal on all the aquariums in this room. But these 2 right here, so they needed new bracing. There go a glass little strip right there. So that piece of glass right there is $32, right? I was gonna buy some, get them all custom cut, but it would have came up to $300 to get 5. Come on now. I'm not gonna spend that much money on those braces. I basically bought, cut, waterproof, and siliconed in the bracing for this aquarium right here, 2 of them. And then I put bracing up here on top for this aquarium. And it's good. It's doing real good. And if it doesn't do good and something fail, I can easily cut out one, fix it, replace it. Replace each one at a time, no problem. So that's golden. You can't beat that, man. You can't beat that. So let's go ahead and look. Oh yeah, so I have in here an AC unit. So, you know, this is a sunroom. It was a sunroom, but now it's a fish room. So I have in here the AC unit to keep the room cool. It also dehumidifies. Down there I have my little heater to keep the room warm in the winter. You know, quick little easy shelf to be made. I went ahead and put this flooring in, the tile. What y'all think? Look good? I appreciate it. I think it looks amazing. Absolutely amazing. Dropped in the floor, obviously. All the way around. Everything is uniform. Look at that. Other door entryway, tiled up the right way. All right. So now, let's take a look at this enclosure right here. So I'm gonna stand back for a second. We're gonna take in everything that I noticed when I step into this room. I'm noticing the basking lights right there. I'm noticing the height of these hibiscus. That's the one hibiscus tree. There's another hibiscus tree. We got another small hibiscus plant. I'm noticing all the custom woodwork all around the facade of this enclosure. I mean, that's what I noticed when I take in. I noticed the nice trim of wood up top right there. I mean, that's what I noticed. And then let's go up a little bit higher, right? Coming in, you see the pond. You see that big piece of driftwood right there. That came from the tree I cut down in the front of my house about a year and a half ago. Nope, it's been about 15 months or no, 14 months. So it's cured enough and it's been curing. We got another big piece outside that's still curing, so we could drop it in another aquarium or pond in the future. But currently, it's not waterlogged, but we have it in the pond. We have sand, we have pond pebbles down there. We got a heater. You can see the pump that brings the water out. Goes all the way around, and it goes out to the filter. It goes to the filter, then it comes back in. It hits this waterfall right here, this little pond / waterfall. Look at that flow. Look at that. Sweet, right? So I threw in here a couple greens, couple collard greens. See if we could bring them back. I don't really give them the attention that they need in the fish room. They really should be planted, so I probably will actually plant them here. I probably won't plant them right there because those are blackberries. Those are blackberries right there. But I have to find somewhere to plant these. Probably just put them in here, give them a little bit more of attention. I don't think Miami's going to eat it. And then we got the pothos growing in here. Filtration, right? We want to make that kind of like a wetland. I want to put plants in here. I want to have it really sucking up the nutrients that this pond will create. Well, not the pond, but the turtle. From feeding the turtle, for the turtle's waste, things like that. That's what's going to create the nitrates in this water. That's what's going to breed. That's what's going to raise the nitrates and what's going to feed the plants. It's going to feed these plants. We have another hibiscus over here. We have another pebble area. We have a beach area right here. We have another beach area right there. This plant is actually a tree. It is a fern tree, and eventually will have to get moved outside. But currently it's right here. We got some new growth on it. The plant had to acclimate, so all the old leaves, pretty much shriveled up, died off. But all that's new growth right there. That's just started growing in, all of that. So it's actually doing really good. And you've been seeing these hibiscus on TikTok. If you haven't, you should get over there on TikTok. Post a lot more over there. Quicker, little easy 15-second videos. So you could definitely check those videos out. The Fish Corner over there on TikTok. All right, so let's take a step back. Got the basking platform right there, basking area. I'm gonna put like a little platform right there so she go right up under the lamp and do her basking. But this is a very nice enclosure, 125-gallon little pond. And I also want to build an outside area for her. So she'll be in here in the daytime, and then like in the summer she'll be outside. In the winter, she could be over ahead and be in here. So stay tuned for that. All right, check it out. So let's go ahead and then start with this corner. We have a bow front right here. This was the third aquarium that I bought from our friends over there at Aquarium at Reptile Depot, Jason and Jeff. They really looked out. Look at this beautiful aquarium, waiting for fish. And that was a steal of a deal, $50. And this right here, my friends, This is the filtration for the pond. Yeah, that's what I said. This right here is the filtration for the pond. It's pretty dope, right? Water comes in, so this storage container right here is going to be mainly, right now it's currently, and it's going to be mainly filter floss. See, don't really need a lot of area to get into when it's only filter floss. Pull it out, stuff it back in. That's why I did it like this. Now I do have room, and when I need to maintenance this, if you have any questions, we could go in deeper depth. I could do a little short, whatever the case may be. Nonetheless, filter floss in here. That's how I want that section right here, right? In this section, biological media. So we got mechanical, we got biological, and then we come over here, and this is where I want the natural filtration. Last place, last stop. The natural, the plants. That's what I want. That's how I want it. 3 stages. 1, 2, 3. And this right here, if you think about with any kind of sump, if you have, if it's a saltwater sump and you have the refugium, this is like the refugium. Like I said, wetland, plants suck up the nitrates. It's very healthy for ponds. So having it set up this way is a very smart way of having your filtration. Anyway, lastly, of course we got the lounge. We had to throw the recliner in here, right? Straight lounging. So lastly, let's step back. Lastly, we have in this corner right here, we have a bird aviary, y'all. If y'all don't know what a bird aviary is basically an enclosure that mimics a bird's, in my opinion, natural environment. That's my take on an aviary. It's basically like a bigger cage. You have it set up in a way, because sometimes people have a bigger cage and it's aviary and it's a lot of different toys in there. But my idea of an aviary is you take a little piece of nature and you go in and put birds in it. You try to keep it as realistic as possible, and you make sure that the birds feel like they're as close to nature as possible. That's the idea of an aviary. So with this aviary, y'all, all right, so let's take a look at this aviary. So I have the double lock. It's not really double lock, double latch. All right, you come in. For the substrate, I have soil. I have some sphagnum moss. I have sand, and that is a mixture for the substrate. I chose to go with that substrate so I could plant plants like this anywhere in this enclosure that I choose, and they will thrive and be all right. So that one right here on the end, this is some rosemary. We have, I don't know what that one is called, and then I don't know what that one is called either. But nonetheless, got some flowers in here, and then we got this cool plant right here that's gonna grow kind of tall for the birds to, land on, and I don't know. Let's see what else they do with it. Probably crap on it, but we'll see. And they're kind of messy, so I plan on feeding the birds on this. So when I feed the birds and they make a mess and the seed get inside the soil and things like that, it's not as bad when it's soil. You know what I mean? It's a lot easier to manage. You can bury it, you can see what happens. If it maybe something will grow from it, maybe it won't. Nonetheless, it's all natural. It's what will happen in its natural environment. So that's why I want it to be like that. I don't want to constantly have to come in here, cleaning up paper and just things that's not natural to the bird. I want the bird to forage and rummage through the different textures that I have in here. The soil, the sand, the peat moss, the sphagnum moss, the rocks, all of that. You know, we have leaves that I decided to just leave in there so they could pluck through. And, you know, what if I do want to put some isopods in here so they could hunt and things like that. You know, and then we have the waterfall right here. We have this big tree right here that is growing and thriving that I want them to be able to, you know, go inside and nest, and they could land on each level. You know what I mean? All the natural branches. Nothing really fake. This birdhouse is fake, so they can make their own if they want to, but I do plan on putting one birdhouse right up top. We're gonna start with a pair of finches. Start with a pair, you know, they'll probably have babies and then we'll go from there. But we're gonna start with a pair, so I put this birdhouse right there in that location. On the exterior, I'm building the outside portion of this enclosure. So this aviary is gonna be indoor, outdoor. It's gonna be 3 foot or 2.5 foot on the exterior by 18 feet. Right outside this window right here. So I'll show you later. It's a little messy out there, but that's gonna be sick. So in the summer, like as it is, you know, we could go ahead and open up the window, let the birds go out there and get some fresh air. And there's gonna be a very long flight cage. Flight cages are where birds could really stretch their wings. They're able to fly distances, which that's part of enrichment. So it's a lot of bird talk, but that's what we got over here in the corner. So if any of this, all right, so if any of this sounds interesting, sounds entertaining, sounds like something that you want to see, be a part of, you know, keep tabs on, the best way to do it is to be subscribed to the channel. The best way to do it is make sure that notification bell hits, so whenever I do upload a video, you catch it, you don't miss it. But that's on you. Anyway, nonetheless, for all of you that stopped by, I appreciate you all. Thank you for stopping by, watching, enjoying. I hope that I was able to do something to provide some entertainment. I hope that I was able to inspire you in some kind of way. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button for me one time. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Peace.